Hi, I'm Mish. I'm from Minnesota and I'm a food blogger. I'm really looking to level up my video skills.
What I'll do first is just play the video. These are reels, so they're super short. So we can just let it play with sound once, and then we can go through the critique with the sound off.
Got one thing right. You. Through my pain, kept us patient while I changed. Never even crossed your mind to walk away. Got one thing right.
First, I want to ask you, what do you like the most about this video?
Yeah, so in Instagram, Reels is a new thing that they started about a few months ago, and it gives you a lot of organic footage. If you're doing Reels video, the AI favors you. But whatever, Instagram wants you to use their new features. And I really think because of the people's, and even mine, attention span being so low nowadays, this is a really good way to engage people. And Instagram is not only, even though I'm a food blogger, she's a food blogger, we want to teach people, but it's also entertainment. And I really like the way that she's introduced her personality. And what I don't understand, because it's so fast, is how many angles did she do? She obviously has this angle, then she has an overhead angle, then she has a side angle, so and then she has a close up. So how many ways did she actually take this footage to edit it this well?
You're totally right. There are two main angles. The front one that we can see right now, where she's showing the noodles and showing what we call like a bite shot. And then we have this other angle, the second one, and it's an overhead angle. Okay. And I don't think she has more angles, actually. She just changed. Here she has the blender glass. And then she has a stovetop where she cooks the noodle, but it's the same angle all the time. I made like a draft to explain it a little better. So the first image is what I call the first angle. And the blue square, she is the camera. So she has the camera in front of her. And this video is made like in vertical because it's for real. She filmed it in vertical, so everything is thought in vertical. I mean, the composition, the lighting, everything. Okay, as well as for the second angle. It is displayed in vertical, but it has been filmed in horizontal. And then it has been rotated 90 degrees in post-pro. And I think she did that because it's easier for her. And we can notice this because of the hand is coming from one side instead from the bottom. That's why we know that it has been rotated.
That's awesome.
The image. So I think that's very clever because it works well for her. It's kind of a strange because I'm used to see how hands comes from the bottom. Right. But in case you're really in a hurry or something, it's a good way to shoot this. Also for me, I think the camera is not leveled. For me, you need to be thoughtful about it.
Yeah. So definitely the OverHead Pro angles are these. And then I do need a second device with a second tripod for the side, and which is fine.
Maybe she uses like the same device, but she put it in front of her. I think she has filmed that with one camera, probably their phone. Because I don't see that it has been filmed simultaneously. It's more like I have this shot of me showing you this dish of noodles, but then I have the other shots of me pouring everything in the dish. And that's for the angles.
What light is she using? It's so bright.
I'm not sure about the light that she's using. I don't know if it's natural or artificial, but I bet it's a big source of light, either a window or a softbox. I think could be artificial because of the reflection of the noodles when she's making them. And as you can see, she has the key light, the main source of light. It's big. So as you can see in the noodle part where it says noodles, the top part, that is the main source, which indicates me that the light is in that side. And I think it's big because you can see her with everything. It's field of light and enlightenment. So it's a big one, sort of light. And also maybe she has an additional light to feel from the other side. But since we can't see any kind of shadow, I think it's just one sort of light. Also, I see she has like white walls and everything looks like open. That gives you a lot of light.
I have two soft boxes. So if I use them at 45-degree angles, is that good? If I put them on the other side of...
If you place both lights 45-degree angles, but not in the same direction, you're going to have two different cross shadows. So you might want to at least point the light towards the same direction. Okay. Let's say you have it on the right side of your table, but pointing towards the left, but both of the lights. Oh. So then you've got at least just one shadow. And in terms of how far or close you put your lights from your table, you're going to have like harsh or soft shadows. Okay. Depend also the power and everything. When I film my recipes, I have also two lights. One is lower and close to the table and a little tilt, like 45 degrees tilt. Okay. And I have 90% of power. And then I have the second one acting as a field light to feel the shadows and to feel the rest of the table. And I have that one up high, 45 degrees, and trying towards the same direction.
So this is actually one of our older lighting setups.
This setup could work as well. The setup I described to you before, it's the new one. And also we create that one to give us a bit more of a contrast and more texture. But in case you don't want that and you prefer to have everything enlightened and with no shadows or just a little shadow, but really soft one, you can definitely use that display because it works really well. And it gives you this feeling of cleanness and like everything is clean, everything is enlightened. For starters, I think it's definitely the one I would go with.
I agree with Sarah. It's so easy to understand. It's like two, same direction, same angle, easy. Basically, we're just trying to mimic a window here. Okay. And what are you using to film right now?
Now it's a phone, but I am buying a camera. I love the phone because for OverHead Pro, the iPhone X works fine.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome. And we were just discussing before the call, like we were determining, and we think she's also using a phone as well. So you could definitely get this quality.
Yeah, she's only 16, but she's really successful. That doesn't mean she doesn't have a camera, but that's kind of like very stereotypical. But I just believe that she does have a phone. Because
yeah.
When she talks, she says, oh, I'm going to film it. I just don't get the vibe she's using a good phone.
She obviously doesn't have any props or anything to decorate, which I think it's good because she wants the viewer to focus on the actual recipe. Mm-hmm. But for me, I like to put props and design. In case you want to do that, since you are going to display this in a vertical format, you would need to compose in vertical as well. Okay. Because if not, it doesn't make sense. So my kitchen is not at all Instagrammy, by the way. It's got wood and it's very warm. It's got space, but it's not a new home. So in that case, is there a way to film and change the background? What can I do? Do you mean background, like your background or like tabletop? She has a white kitchen. Mm-hmm. I don't have anything white behind. Yes. It's going to be completely wood.
Here, it seems like everything is shot overhead and then just the bite shot is vertical where you can see her face. So if you want to mimic something like this, it's quite easy. So you can film on like whatever kind of, you can add a fake tabletop over your natural one, use a hot plate, like that's what we typically do, or film directly on your stove if that's easier. And then you only need then this shot for the hero shot, in which case it's easier for you to move. So it's just one scene, which I think could be easiest. That's what I would suggest.
I could do that.
I just wanted to say that if you still wanted to show it in your kitchen, you can always have backdrops. You
Like
can
a big
purchase.
one? Like a huge big one? Okay, gotcha. That's a good idea.
And the last thing I would say about this video is the editing is the key.
Yeah.
Big the transition. She has this dynamic and quick transition that make.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I am a little scared, actually, honestly speaking, to start taking my footage properly because I just feel like, what if I can't do it? You know, the usual fears.
You can. You can
We-
do that. You've
We
got
should we should share our first videos we've ever done. I think that would put a lot of people at ease. Yeah, it's like you're just gonna get better and better, right? Like the more
Thank you for that.
yeah.
I really appreciate that. It's such a good, thank you for doing this too for us. It's really helpful.
It's our pleasure.
Well, guys, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to actually do this over the weekend.